So are these anything? Yeah, alright, so we're gonna need to, like, find a reason to dig around in here. Let's go into the trap door. Oh my god, we got Cthulhu things. It's a calendar from 11 years ago. There's a huge black skull scrawled on July 22nd, 1917. What happened on July 22nd, 1917? Let's find out. July 22nd, 1917. You find something interesting. The top story from that date is the Ocean City Comptroller's passing of an overly complicated sidewalk right-of-way policy that outlawed street-side newspaper vending machines and limited the maximum allowed width of newsstands to 4 feet. The story continues to say that watchful eye management raised concerns about loss of revenue, and the comptroller made a vague promise to divert city funds to make up for any future shortfall. Yeah, looks like that worked out great for everybody. It's beginning to look a lot like fishmen chewing on your face. Alright, October. Tragic accident certain to have no consequences. Tragedy occurred yesterday evening when Hiram O'Crullins, owner of the first mass-produced commercial automobile registered in the state, accidentally struck and killed the state's first hitchhiker, i.e., a person standing on the side of the road attempting to solicit transportation from passing motorists. Fortunately for Mr. Crullins, the notion that vengeful spirits of the dead might haunt the places of their demise in murderous phantasmagoric rage has been rejected by modern sciences. Rather unlikely, wouldn't you say? Unlikely, sure. Phantasmagoric rage. That's a cool phrase. You've always liked the little fish guys. I mean, that's fair. I can like. I mean, they look like they're gonna try to murder me, but you know, video games. I'm saving up the 30 for the extra item drops. I'm a cheeky bastard. Is the control panel for the pneumatic tube system? Okay, we have a book. Where is it? We're gonna read this. It's a reference manual for a citywide network of pneumatic tubes. Looks like the eye had some state-of-the-art delivery infrastructure. Oh, it's just a quest item. We can't actually read it. Good to know. Check it out. The control panel has a green button, a red button, a big lever, a knob with a bunch of letters on it, and a series of colored lights that are currently all off. Consult the manual. Oh god, I need to write this down. I'm just where is it? Actually, you know what? No, instead of writing it down, I'm just gonna take a screenshot. Give me that. Where's paint? Give me paint. Take it easy, Hurricane. Rest well. Just inked your minis, hell yeah. Okay, so now that we have that, we push the green power on button. Makes a satisfying click and you hear a motor start somewhere. Pull the pump engage. But first hydrate. Thank you, Hurricane. Pull the lever, Crunk! You pull the lever with a very pleasing kerchunk, and the motor noise turns into a sort of loud, windy whine. A yellow light is glowing on the console. Let's see. A red indicator is suction to A, a blue indicator is suction to E, and a green is to suction D. But we don't know otherwise. I mean, we can just... what happens if it goes to C? I'm a genius. Well, someone's going to get some very strange mail. And how? What were those things anyway? And what were they doing down here? Were they trying to start an underwater newspaper? That wouldn't work. The ink would smear. It's a very old manhole cover, but no, this must be the hat Jessica wanted you to recover. Give me that. A terribly cursed fedora. I'm so smart, Val. I'm so smart. So smart, you have no idea. I'm like the smartest boy. Except when I'm not. Just don't watch my Beyond Shadowgate, the rest of that. That's a fluke. An ominous, vaguely Persian-shaped stain on the ground. Alright, so can I, like, put this thing on? I can totally put it on. A simple black fedora. It doesn't look cursed, but it has a palpable aura of menace. Nothing good can come of this. Are we putting on the terribly cursed fedora? Are we really gonna do that? I kind of want to. This can be Swell starting his villain arc. Save first. That's the thing, is I don't think we can. I don't, like, there's no save option here. Unless there's something in here, maybe. Yeah, no, there's like no save option. It's just straight to the main menu. The temptation is strong, though. Oh, hey, Gabby, I forgot you were in here. You really want to be? Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. All right. Nothing happened. Let me begin Swell's villain arc game. Let me do it. We got your hat. Looks like you found the hat? I found a hat. I guess it's the one you meant. It doesn't look unusual, though. Yeah? Well, I mean, it does creep me out a bit. I can't really put my finger on why. I know what you mean. Feels kind of like you have a headache, except you don't actually. More like a feeling of dread. Like something terrible's about to happen, but I don't know what it is yet. Well, that's definitely not related to the fact that I need you to take that hat and go sit in the machine over there. Why? It's our uncursing machine. Gotta get the curse off that hat, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, right? But, what? Can't we just put the hat in the machine? Why do I need to be involved? Because the machine needs a mind to guide the uncursing process. Together, you'll lift the curse from the hat and transform it into a sort of allegorical dream space that the machine can transfix. What? Sorry, I know it's a lot. Let me rephrase. The uncursing machine uses your subconscious mind to drive a wedge between an item and its curse. The item is cleansed relatively easily, but that doesn't negate the curse fully. Once separated from the item, the machine stores the curse and allows you to physically project into it to try and resolve the metaphorical scenario at the core of its existence. That's where things can get a little weird. Yeah, I know it sounds crackers, but you'll have to give it a try to understand. So what you're saying is that this is going to do horrible, horrible things to my mind if I'm weak-willed. We sit in the chair. You sit in the chair, which is surprisingly comfortable, and you pull the weird metal dome thing down over your head. What would you like to uncurse today? The terribly cursed fedora. No sooner have you sat down than the machine, with a hiss, positively whiffs the fedora straight up into the dome. The hat rattles around in there angrily like a snake in a cement mixer, and after a good loud minute, flops limp and wet onto your lap. Not a fucking word, chat. Hila, I see you. Whatever ominous energy once possessed the terrible cursed hat is gone. It's now simply a terrible hat. We got an uncursed fedora. But the curse itself still lives, transfixed as a dreamlike construct within the machine. Well, now how do I get rid of that curse? Who is this? Who are you? Random page boy wearing... Why is it wet? I'm not asking questions. I'm not. We'll tell you when you're older. No. I don't know who this is. See, curses are like energy, Swell. They can't be created or destroyed, only changed. Can't remember who said that? Isaac Newman. Newton? Newman, yeah. The machine knows how to take a curse from one object and put it on itself. But as for how you change a curse, well, I don't know. That's some higher consciousness, spiritualist stuff. Don't know much about that. I'm more a Newton sort of guy. The fedora's curse bounces around the innards of the machine, daring you to project your consciousness inside of it. Okay, we do that. Okay. This game's gonna hurt my soul to play. The Fedoral Reserve. Are we gonna axe murder a bunch of people in here? Aye, I heard thy death call, creature. Rest now, I will find in thy mortar. A tree felled before its time, a ground stained with sin. Yes. Et in Arcadia ego. Even in Arcadia, there is death. Even in paradise, there is a killer. That is horrifying. Thou know who I am and why I am here. Aye, Cutter, there has been a mord. Mortar? Murder. What knowest thou of murder? That I did not do the Mordor. Mordray, and that is all. I'm gonna have fun with this. What mo have thee for me? Only this. I am one of 3 brothers. One of us always tellins the truth, one of us always lies, and the third of us does not speak in at all, but honks. Oh no. If I find in thee a liar, there's nothing I can do to save in thee. Aye, Cutter, thou art a servant of the wood. Blessed be her branches. Big power in the wood today, Cutter. Aye, a tree has fallen in the forest, and it has made a sin. But not me a sinner that, I assure thee. Thou claim to be without sin? None of us is without sins, but mine do not run to murder. Then whose? Look for my brother. Thy brother speakins of 3 brothers. This is fairy talk. No thing has honkin' in this land since Mother Duck laid the big egg. No honkin' since then? No, sire. This almost looks like Cuphead. Yeah, I see what you mean when you say that with like all the hand-drawn stuff. Alright. Something is rotten in the wood, Cutter. Aye, a murder. What perversions at its source? Speak to me of perversions, oh god. No honkin'. No honkin', Val. There's no honkin' going on. But there are perversions, so maybe there's fun to be had regardless. I have no thing to say, for I do not tarry with them. What do thou tellin me? I'm troubled by the murder, but of it I know no thing. I warn thee, my forgiftness makes no room for liars. Thou will do what thou must, Cutter, I have no doubt. Thy brother speckin of 3 brothers. I do not honkin, sire, I swearin upon it. Never hast thou honkin? Never, never, 'tis a sin in mine eyes. Speckin to the thrid tree. You are not alone, Silvernail. Alright. Do you lie about honkin'? Thou lie about honkin'. What say? Thy brother's honkin' not. Thou wouldst lie to the Cutter of the wood? Thou wouldst do murder in the wood? Aye, thou hast the right of it. I sought only to distract thee while I makin' my escape. Goodbye, Cutter. Do not run from me, tree. Thou do not run? Nay, I grow. In 100 years I will have grown so tall and strong thine ask will never fall in me. Ah, but I will not wait 100 years. Die, mortarer. And we execute them. But this not fair. Big rot in the wood today, Cutter and wait. What? No, that's not you. You don't talk like that. Dark thoughts of trees, axes, and bloody sap clings to your skin. You shake them off like dreadful cobwebs. What the fuck was that? Hey, Valeskia, welcome on in. I hope you are doing well. Glad to see ya. You're not sure what just happened, but as you turn over the formerly terribly cursed fedora in your hands, you feel confident that the curse which plagued the starchy little felt thing is finally gone. You put the hat back on. It nearly sparkles now. Oh, we apparently upgraded it. Now all you've got to reckon with is whether you're the kind of guy who goes around wearing a fedora. Is it still wet? I don't know. Can we look at it? The hat is clean, both spiritually and laundralily, so I assume not. This is a muscle and max HP, so we love it, of course. Wonder if there's different ways to do things. I believe so, yes. There's a handful of paths through this. I know West of Loathing, there was a choice you could make pretty early in the game that radically changed how you were able to progress through it in a lot of ways. I go to bed now. My room. It's a shelf for knickknacks and tchotchkes. What do we got? There's an old rag doll. Must have been left by the previous tenant. Why can't I take it? A lot of empty space. You should try to acquire a bunch of random crap to clutter it up with. Oh, we will. A television set. We turn it on. Unfortunately, no shows have been invented yet. Oh. Simple writing desk with no chair or pens or paper or anything. All right, and now we can open our trunk. Ah, what the heck? You stamp out the flames, but it's a total loss. Everything you own has been reduced to ash. Everything? Everything except, bizarrely, the stamp from Murray's letter. We got an item, stamped from Murray's letter. Stamp from the letter Murray wrote you as the only survivor of your luggage inferno. It's got a picture of a cute dog on it. Weirdly, it isn't even charged. You love random crap? Yeah, random crap is fun. We're going to bed. It's nappy time now. This is not restful sleep. A dream about school. Oh no. It's a poster of my favorite literary ghost. Lots of people in this hallway, it seems. Hello. Hello. How's it going? Do you know which locker is mine? I can't remember which locker is mine. Sorry, I don't know. All right, I'll figure it out eventually. Let's investigate the lockers. 6 lockers. We're gonna check the 7th one. There isn't a 7th one. I said check the 7th one, and I said check the 7th locker game. Okay, geez. You look in the 7th locker. It's filled with old papers. They've all got your name on them. They're your papers. Still have nightmares about school and college, even though, yes, absolutely, absolutely. We read one. How I Spent My Summer by Swell McSwellington, age 6. This summer, young swell voice. This summer? No, I'm not gonna do a young swell voice. This summer I visited my Uncle Murray. Uncle Murray is funny. He knows magic. I had a fun time with Uncle Murray. The end. Look under the papers. Underneath the papers you find an overdue library book. You checked this book out 13 years ago and have spent the last 12 years and 50 weeks feeling slightly guilty about not returning it. All right, let's just start at the top. First locker, a thriving colony of ants. Second one is full of peanut butter. The third, a tiny shrine to Babe Ruth. The fourth is empty. The 5th locker is filled with cookbooks, but they're all in French. The 6th locker opens into a vast, uncaring emptiness of space. You slam it shut quickly so as not to suffocate. This music is mildly tense, chat. You have a book you checked out in middle school and never returned. Sin. Sin! Our founder, Branworth Gorvunculus III. This lady looks friendly. Hello there, you must be... She flips through the book on her desk. Ah, here we are. McSwellington. Swell McSwellington. Say it, don't spray it. Is Swell guarded? Or are we a friendly boy? I think we're gonna be a friendly boy, yeah. Yes, I am Swell McSwellington. I'm your academic advisor. It's time for you to choose your class. But I dropped out. In real life, certainly. You must, however, choose a class. Oh, I get it. This is where I pick a character class. Now then, it looks like there are 3 classes for you to choose from. There's Advanced Kicking and Throwing, the class for Pig Skinners, the Overview of Curd Conjuring, the class for Cheese Wizards, and finally, Weird Time Signatures 504. This course is for Jazz Agents. All right, chat. We're gonna be a pig skinner. Gonna be a pig skinner? I'll give a couple people time. Pig skinner is probably Swell because I think it's the fighty fight class. All right, that's 2 for Cheese Wizard. 2 for Cheese Wizard. 3 for, all right, Cheese Wizard it is. I'm interested in the magic of dairy. As a trained chef magi, Cheese Wizards use their intellect and mysticality to accomplish their goals. In combat, they wield hard elemental cheeses to damage their foes, and soft, soothing cheeses to heal themselves and their allies. I love it. I am a Cheese Wizard. We're a Cheese Wizard, so... Oh! Sounds Gouda. Oh, what have I done? This is gonna be terrible. Brilliant. Now then, there's just the minor matter of your minor. It looks like you've already completed it, but it doesn't say what you studied. I minored in cryptobotany, applied insectology, or the psychology of rocks. All right, we got one for rocks. Cheese rocks, that's 2 and 3 for rocks. Okay, rocks it is. Ah, a psychogeologist. So you know a lot about rocks and gems and their hopes and dreams. Absolutely. You got the perk, psychogeologist. Well, with that, I believe we're done. Feel free to wake up and go about your day. How would I go about doing that? She smiles and points to the door to the right side of the screen. I mean, the right side of the dream. Just through that door. Alright, so now we are a psychogeologist. You know how to break open rocks and steal their secrets. Alright! So, you're dreaming, so it probably isn't safe to look too closely at your character sheet right now. Okay. This game is just so friggin' clever. Yeah, the Abyss. You could gaze into it for days. The nice lady at the desk says that this doorway leads back to your waking life. You go through. Alright. You awake feeling surprisingly refreshed. Yesterday's adventures leave you none the worse for wear. Your effects reset each day. Alright. Oh boy. Alright. So we've got a lot of things to fuss with now. And we have our psychogeologist perk. So I could learn good eyesight. But subcutaneous Gouda. A thick layer of cheese under your skin insulates you from the heat, while also making you look more muscular. Oh my god. Gouda is fucking delicious. Yes. We have Blue Brilliance. Chunks of arcane wisdom dot your mind like chunks of mold on an aged cheese. Swiss Cunning. Your mind swirls with the forbidden magics of alpine dairies. Bewitch. Anyone can lie, but if you want to be really good at it, you need to use a little magic. Fingers of Fontina. Your fingers are stronger and less spindly than those of the average wizard. Mind over Munster. A lot of dealing with injuries is just being smart enough to convince yourself that the injury never happened. Gorgonzola's Guile. You don't get to be as old as a wheel of fine-aged Gorgonzola without learning a few things. Stony Heart. You can relate to rocks on both an emotional level and on a being difficult to break in half level. Pecorino Bravado. You radiate both strength and an ever-present powerful cloud of cheese smell. Oh, God. The wisdom of Jarlsberg. The deeds of the great wizards of yore have echoed through the ages and are now bouncing around in your skull. Limburger Limberness. Your joints are lubricated with the finest of cheese oils. And Lapidary Empathy. You know how to get to the bottom of a rock. Alright. Alright. Morning, Swell. How'd you sleep? Wait, why are you still wearing those wet clothes?
All of my clothes burned up in a freak luggage fire.
Well, that's weird and unfortunate.
You seem less surprised than I would expect.
Well, we've kind of gotten accustomed to weird and unfortunate stuff happening around here. You could pick out some clothes from the shop out front if you don't mind looking like someone's dusty old grandpa.
I'll be all right, thanks.
Well, once you've got the sleep out of your eyes, I've got another mission for you.
Another cursed thing?
Yeah, I've had my eye on it for a while, but it keeps moving around. Mostly the readings put it at the local speakeasy at the back of an alley on the other side of the block. The artifact isn't there right now, but that's where I'd start looking. Maybe you can pick up some clues.
Alright, what am I looking for?
It appears to be a watch of some kind. A pocket watch or maybe a wristwatch. I can't be certain.
A watch in the speakeasy in the alley. Got it. Anything else?
You'll need the password for the speakeasy. It's Fiddlesticks. Also, let me give you this to-do list. It's enchanted to always show you whatever is written on the chalkboard here.
That's a pretty neat trick.
And here's some meat for expenses, too. The army surplus next door should have everything you need in case things get rough. You gain 100 meat.
That's ominous, but thanks.
Okay, so we have no messages. And I guess we can go out. Chapter 1. Welcome to Ocean City. Okay. I mean, we're immediately going to go shopping. Okay, so we got like some dubious grenades. Oh boy. Darling bags, or dangling bags for army stuff. Dozens of nearly identical books about nearly identical rifles. It's a lot of ordnance for a civilian shelf. You'd think there'd be a law against this kind of thing. The proprietor stands behind the counter. I look at the... No, okay. All right. Hi there.
My name is Swell.
Hello, fellow war enthusiast. I'm Herschel. Herschel Wood. Actually, I hate war. I'm ambivalent. Oh, okay, so chat. On a scale of from 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest, where does Swell sit on war? Five and a 3, okay, all right. I'll average them out if we get like a bunch of, if we get a good spread. Maybe a 3, okay, all right. Swell is a paladin in other things. With that mustache and monocle, you think a solid 5, okay. And then a 1, god damn it, Ela. All right, so what is that? Basic math time. 6 plus 5 is 11. Plus another 5 is 16. Plus a 1 is 17. And that's from 5 people. It's actually a 3. 3 and change. Add all the numbers together, divide by the number of voters. So he's a 3.
I'm ambivalent about war.
Herschel's expression doesn't change. Can I interest you in any fine historical memorabilia? We have to ask about the dubious grenades.
What's the story with those grenades?
Oh, they're probably fine.
Why doesn't the box say fine grenades then?
He looks at the grenades and then at you. Say, how do you like to do some field research?
Yeah, okay.
He hands you a bunch of grenades. Just try them out next time you get into a fight, and when you're all done, come back and let me know how it went.
Okay.
And then we can do shot. Oh my god. We have many things. I'm excited. Okay, we are going to sell the pistol because I'm not going to be using ranged weapons. I assume we can probably also lose the handgun's tail. Corroded cavalry saber. So this is a better weapon. Expired seltzer. Put out everybody on your side of combat who is on fire. Field manual, CW401 culinary tactics. Grants a combat skill, Parmesan missile. It's a spell book, chat. Ooh, do I buy? We already have a hat, so I don't need to upgrade that. A haversack. They call it a haversack because it helps you have things. Plus 20% item drops. CW is Cola Wars. Parmesan missile. Yeah, okay, I'm buying it. Okay, we have 25 meat left. Some smelling salts. It's just left over. It recovers 1 AP. Surplus Cola Wars grenades. A trench spork. Deals mysticality plus 2 physical damage. So as a caster type, this is going to be our weapon. So we're gonna sell the baseball bat. And with 20 more meat remaining, Cola Wars rations cigarettes. Bad for you, despite what the advertisements say. Can you believe they used to issue cigarettes to soldiers, and that they still do, and probably will for like 50 more years? Government issued sardines. Increases sleaze armor. The expiration date has been scraped off probably because it's so far in the future that people would be too distracted by the idea of flying cars to actually eat the sardines. No, I think I'm gonna save what meat we have here. Let us equip our spork. Let us... Where's the book? Let's read the book. Oh, we need to spend experience points to read it. Okay, you read the book and learn an efficient battle-tested method for hurting people with cheese. There's some notes scrawled in the margin by the former owner. They're messy, but you could read them if you put some effort in. Oh! Okay, so we got Parmesan Missile, and if we have 100 experience points, we can make it deal 2 additional damage. Okay. All right. The cat wanted sardines. Ooh, that's a good point. I'm stupid. Can I afford them? We're buying them. All right, kitty cat, we brought you sardines. I spent the last of my money on sardines for you. Calliope is still sleeping. Feed her. Good catch, Brendan. You open the can of sardines. Calliope immediately wakes up, devours the entire can, and then purrs as she licks the remaining oil from your fingers. Looks like you've made a new friend. New cat unlocked. You can now pet Calliope to receive a boon. We're petting that cat. You give her a nice scritching and she purrs as she goes back to sleep. We gain Calliope's boon, which is +1 physical armor. Calliope's affections have reinforced you against the slings and arrows and mice and birds of the world. It's a bit of a shame to throw Parmesan rather than eat it. That's very fair. Parmesan is delicious. Is there anywhere else we can go? No. And we have something new on our... Oh, okay, so we have like a separate page for... Good God, so these are just like all of our passives and these are all of our abilities and stuff. This game is a little bit chunkier than I was expecting it to be on the, like, mechanic side of things. I'm not complaining. The alley where Jessica said the speakeasy was. We check it out. You weave between various trash cans and piles of uncanned trash until you reach a serious-looking door. We knock. A little panel slides open near the top of the door and narrowed eyes regard you through it. Password. I think it was Fiddlesticks. Oh yeah, come on in, but you better not be a pro-y.
I'm not.
Oliver's place. Got somebody playing the spoons over here. Got Fishman. Dude on a... whatever the fuck that is. It's a cello? Maybe? I don't know. This guy loves hitting those spoons together. A milky-eyed sot. He turns his head towards you and smiles. We cannot afford to buy him a drink. We'll leave him to his milk. The man behind the bar is shaking up a storm. He looks up as you approach, but doesn't stop shaking. Hello! He grins. Hello, baby. Welcome to Oliver's place.
My name's Swell.
Whatever you say, baby.
Are you Oliver?
Oh, heck no. I'm Fancy Dan the Cocktail Man.
Pleased to meet you, Dan. Hey, do you happen to know what time it is? Perhaps you have a watch on you?
Sorry, baby. The only one around here who carries a pocket watch is the owner, Oliver Gluck. And he left about an hour ago to pick up our latest shipment of hooch.
From who?
From whom, baby? Before I was Fancy Dan the Cocktail Man, I was Fancy Dan the English teacher.
Sorry. From whom?
From the mob guys we always get it from.
Where's the handoff?
He smiles. The old refrigerator factory.
I see. How do I get there?
He grabs a cocktail napkin and hands it to you.
Thanks.
Oh, haha, wrong napkin. Here. He takes the napkin back, grabs a different one with a couple icons scrawled on it. Now we take the napkin. Napkin? You got an item, Ocean City napkin map. As you take the napkin, Dan points out one of the icons on it. We're here behind Moore's store on Plinkett Street, so if you go out the alley, then head straight to the edge of the napkin, you can't miss the factory. All right, so now we have a map. Thanks, Dan. Don't mention it, baby. Want a drink for the road? First one's on the house. Sure. What do you have to drink around here? Beer. Well, then I'll have a beer. Excellent choice. Keeps things simple. Pours us a beer. We gained a beer. We have now a beer buzz. +5 to max HP. Oh God, we could get shit-faced. No. Yes, we're poor. Alas. Only 5 meat to our name. People are obviously on a first date and you shouldn't bother them, but no, it's funnier that way. Some weird symbols are carved into a floor tile here. Probably important. It's weirdly responsible of this illegal poison dispensary to have a first aid kit. What's in there? 2 gauze pads, well, 3 gauze pads, and 2 activated charcoal briquettes. All right, the charcoal heals poison, and the gauze heals bleeding. And we also have a map. Okay, I did not mean to do that. I guess we're going to the fridge factory. A bedraggled hobo shuffles up to you with his hat in his hands. Excuse me, mister, I don't mean to trouble you. My name's Martin Madison, and I was wondering if you might have any meat you could spare? Just 5 meat for a cup of joe to warm these old bones.
Well, wait, what's that sack you're holding?
Old bones, like I said. I mean, we actually do have 5 meat, though. They won't let me give him the meat. Not today, sorry. Thanks for listening, good day to you. So yeah, there are random encounters during map travel. No, I'm going back, I'm not done. I'm not done, game.
Hands in the air, bucko. You're on Tin Lizzy turf, and this is a stick-up.
You turn to see a woman in oil-stained coveralls pointing a gun-like tool in your direction.
What the? Is that a caulking gun? Stick it up isn't usually such a literal phrase.
Actually, it's a grease gun, so I guess it's more like a slick. Oh God,
gross!
Everybody's a critic. Give me your wallet. Now we're gonna fight her. We don't have the moxie to do clever things and like take her gun. So instead, we're gonna beat the. Wait, what the fuck is that? Wagenald the Whirling Wrench. Chat, this game's dumb. Nicole Molly the Greaser intends to shoot Swell with her grease gun, dealing 6 damage. Holy okay, all right. How do I cast my Pastamancy? There it is, Parmesan Missile. Yeah, Alaka Swiss.
It's so bad. Oh my god.
This whole game's gonna be cheese puns. Yeah, that's the thing, Val. That's the thing. Like, I should have known better. I really should have known better. Okay. All right, let's throw a grenade. It just fucking exploded in my face. That very unpleasant. Honk. We have no. Not hunting, quacking. Oh, Swell, don't die. 3 HP.
Cheese for everyone.
Delicious cheese. All right, so this is Gabby. She can flap, slap, and healing spores. How much health? I wish I could see how much health Swell has. I think I'm gonna have her heal with her healing spores, which is terrifying to think of. All right, I'm gonna throw another Parmesan Missile, which should kill this thing. And then I'm going to spork her. I'm in for some severe punishment, yeah. You won, keeping both your pride and your wallet intact and grease-free. And we got a grease gun, which is actually a decent enough looking ranged weapon if we were a ranged weapon user. But now we have 11 meat. We have 16. I must immediately go and blow it all on something useless. Okay, yeah, we weren't done poking around in here. Wait, aren't those the fishmen from the Watchful Eye basement? You're so used to not thinking about where things go once you put them in a tube. We say hello.
Hey, remember me from the tube?
Beat it, bud, we're off the clock.
Oh, I didn't realize you could talk.
I talk about anything you like. Dickens, Flaubert, the Bronx. No, I'm not talking to Fishman about books. This guy doesn't care about anything except the baseline. This guy's been infected with Charleston fever. The piano trills a tune, and this lady is making ethereal music with spirit-filled glasses. I see what you're doing, game. Door won't budge. It's barred from the other side. I harvested her. Yeah, you know. Game's dark. We buy him a drink. After a few moments and a few sips, he clears his throat and speaks. Distilled to its essence, a lake is just a valley abandoned.
Okay.
Do we want to keep going with the strange word man or leave him to his milkiness? We have enough meat to buy him 2 more drinks. Before I'm going to have to go and harvest more innocents. Leave him? Alright. Don't gotta twist my arm on that one. Do we go into the bank? In the daylight, it's clear this bank has been closed for some time. The door to the bank is fastened with 3 locks. That's the maximum possible level of security. Yeah, well, what about 4 locks? In 1928, 4-lock systems are still dismissed as unachievable liberal fantasy. What's under the welcome mat? Not a bad idea, but if you're gonna lift the welcome mat, you need to know what you're looking for. A key. And there it is. The security at this bank is inconsistent. Let's use the key. The door's locks are modeled on the monstrous mugs of the great hound Cerberus, 3-headed guardian of the underworld's banking sector. Each of the 3 heads has a name. Phylax, Methaphon, and Sneaky Pete, and a keyhole deep in its maw. Unlock Sneaky Pete? That's strange. The key turns over and over, but nothing happens. Something about Sneaky Pete. Something's sneaky about this Pete, alright. Alright, what about Phylax? The head of Phylax lets the key inside easily enough, but offers up incredible resistance when you try to turn it. Heracles would have to use up all 12 labors just to get this thing going. And then Methaphon? Oh, okay. Methaphon? There we go. The key fits in the hole that's a labyrinth in the cylinder. You turn and hear click after click, but nothing results. Okay, so it's based on like our build. We can get in a different way. Hey, Kibitz, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope your travel is going okay. Let's see. I don't think we have anything that'll actually let me get my mysticality up that high. Potions. Yeah, we can get up to a 3, and that's it. Do I plan to finish this game? Oh yes, absolutely. As you're walking, Gabby strikes up a conversation.
So, you're new in Ocean City. Your first time in it?
Yes, that's right.
What thinks have you got of it?
Well, to be honest with you, it seems a little run down.
I'm gonna need something stronger than tea. I'm sorry, Silvernail.
Yes, Gabby understands you. It was much nicer before an economy happened. Lots of people, very excitement. Oh, have you seen the boardwalk yet? It's like a cat wearing pajamas.
What?
It has games there and a future teller.
Well, it does sound like a cat wearing pajamas. Just got home after a 9-hour bus trip, so you're gonna Twitch say hi to people you know before crashing. Rest well, Kibitz. Rest well. Alright, so we have a boardwalk. We can go check it out, sure. Screw it. Screw the fridge factory. We have a distraction. I've seen a cat in jammies. It's cute. I can believe it. Not sure if the lamppost is holding up the hobo or vice versa.
Hello there, I'm Swell.
Hey there, pleased to meet you. I'm Swell, I'm Dusty.
I can see that.
Yep, meet a lot of new people in my travels, so I got my name embroidered on my shirt for convenience. So what are you up to?
So what are you up to?
Oh, nothing much, just hanging around. I was gonna run a 3-card Monty down here on the boardwalk, but that didn't pan out.
Why not?
Well, there's a fellow already running a game down the way, and I prefer not to step on his toes, just as a matter of professional courtesy, you see.
I see.
And also because canaries get real scary about that kind of thing, and I ain't looking to be murdered anytime soon.
Any way I can help?
That's real kind of you. I was thinking of looking for a different corner. Can you spare a nickel for a cup of joe to get my feet moving? Yeah, okay, sure. Thanks, pal. You're a real good egg. She gives you a jaunty wave and wanders off. I'm telling myself that helping the hobos and stuff is eventually going to pay off in some way. Pony Fiasco, hat photography. Alright, what do we got? As you enter, the photographer, who's busily adjusting a complicated-looking camera on a tripod, gestures to a nearby wastebasket without looking around. It's more bills, there's my inbox.
Hello?
Oh, you ain't the Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Baby, where have you been all my life?
Excuse me?
That face! It's exactly the face I've been looking for, it's perfect!
Thanks, I've grown rather attached to it myself.
Hey, you're funny too, baby, I love you.
You're incredible. Listen, do you know who I am? Well, the sign on your roof says Tony Fiasco hat photographer.
That's right, baby. That's exactly right. And soon I'm gonna be the biggest hat photographer in the world. No, the country. That's something I need first.
A face?
Portfolio. And you know what I need before I get a portfolio? A face. Your face, baby.
Well,
Don't say no. Don't you dare say no, baby. Listen, it's easy. All you gotta do is stroll in here wearing a hat. And all I gotta do is take a photograph of that hat. And then we're both gonna be rich.
Rich?
Rich. Me with my portfolio and you with the 30 meat I'm gonna pay you for every picture.
Oh, well,
Gotta be different hats, though. Gotta be a different hat every time. Can't pay you nothing for the same hat twice, got it?
okay, how about this hat?
Well, that's an uncursed fedora. Perfect. I love it.
Here's your meat, baby.
Spend it in a good place and come back soon, okay?
Okay.
Chat. Were we just exploited? I need an adult. The grouchy looking guy is standing under the shade of this tiny building's eaves. He glares at you silently. Alright. Then we have games. Game of skills, test your everything. A privatized healthcare station. What do we got? Cooking for help. Ooh, another spell. Grants a combat skill, Medical Manchigo. Heals the target for 10 and cures all negative status. Alright, so that's our next goal. We can sell some stuff here. So if I sold our other spell book, we could get this spell book. I don't think I want to, though. I'll sell the grease gun. I'll sell the handgun's tail. Do I sell the charcoal briquettes? Yes, yes I do. We're broke again, chat. Completely and utterly broke, but we flip through the healthy cheese recipes and consider other ways in which cheese might be used for healthy purposes. And now we have Medical Manchigo. And if we read the advanced version, we get an additional 5 points of healing, but how much? I have 35 experience. I think I'm gonna hoard it. I don't know what I'm gonna hoard it for. I might hold on. I want Mysticality. That's gonna give us more damage. And then I'm probably gonna work towards Blue Brilliance. Yeah, we'll probably just work down this line first if I had to guess. Although I might spring for Good Eyesight if we can get it early just for the extra meat. All right, what's your everything? Step right up, step right up. Test your strength and your agility and your intellect. Every winner gets a prize. You there, sir. Care to face the challenge of a lifetime? Only 10 meat.
What's your challenge?
I'd like to start newcomers off with something easy. All you have to do is guess my age, throw a dart to pop a balloon, and drive a nail into this board with one swing of a hammer.
At the same time?
That's right. Care to take a try? No. Well, not with that attitude, you won't. Also, I'm broke. It's a long pier, but you don't want to take an even longer walk off of it. Well, that's no fun. All right, well, I mean, we did this. There's the fortune teller, and I do want to talk to Gabby. We'll talk with her.
How you holding up, Gabby?
Sounds like a cat meowing. Send Gabby to this out now. So the speakeasy is, I assume, where we can like swap out party members. Fortune teller's tent. Hop inside. Yeah, we cannot afford this. Complain about the price. You enter the dimly lit tent to see a teenage girl dressed as an old woman sitting at a velvet draped table. She points to a sign that says Tarot Readings, 50 meat. We complain about the price.
50 meat's a little steep, isn't it? I could buy 7 and 63/64 gallon of a gas for that much.
She stares at you and points at the sign again. All right, bye. Just show me the map, game. You notice a strangely discolored patch of curb next to a sewer grate. The concrete appears to absorb a significant quantity of magical sewer energy. Oh! As a psychogeologist, we can collect a sample. It's strange. Stone like this is normally only found close to ley line intersections, and sewers and ley lines are very different things. Almost the opposite things. Glowing green goo. Perhaps one day the world will be ready for the secret of it. curious. All right. The toll booth was obviously stolen and dragged here. Why? I am so confused. These folks look like they're here for some serious business. Let's try to make a deal.
Whoa there, buddy. This is a private property. Club members only.
Yeah, like he said, club members only.
What kind of club is it?
It's a fraternal order of people who bribed us more than we're earning as gate guards.
Fop Bum Egg? I've never heard of it. How do I join?
What are you, thick? I thought it was obvious, pal. You give us meat.
How much?
500. Yeah, 500 meat. Nancy told you to knock off that repeating business.
And how am I supposed to come up with that kind of meat?
You can try panhandling with the other bums over in Goldthwaite Park.
Where's that?
Just north and west of here. You can't miss it.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
For the love of Mike, Clancy, dry up.
I did know that it was going to let me fight them if I wanted to. It says it's a very difficult fight and we're kind of a wussy baby at the moment, so I don't think we're gonna do that. Unless... I wonder if we could just like bounce back and forth to grind fights. One has a shotgun. Yeah. On your way to where you're going, you happen to notice a guy across the street. In particular, you notice that he's sitting on top of a mailbox. He notices you two and extends his hand for a handshake. You call out across the traffic.
Hi, you realize you're about 30 feet away, right?
Well, yeah, but I can't leave the mailbox.
Sometimes I regret my curious nature, but I guess I'll ask anyway. Why can't you leave the mailbox?
Come on over and I'll tell you. All right, we walk over and talk to him. Marvin, huh? The mailbox here with a guy sitting on it. And the guy reaches down from his purse to shake your hand.
Hi, I'm Marvin.
Hi, Marvin, I'm Swell. What are you doing up there?
A stunt.
A stunt? Doesn't seem particularly stunty. You're just sitting there.
Yeah, but I've been sitting here for, he looks at his watch, 7 months, 15 days, 9 hours, and 41 minutes.
Why?
Why? It's a stunt.
Okay, but are you protesting something or trying to attract attention to some kind of cause?
No.
Do you have any money riding on this? Is it for a bet or a contest?
No. I feel like you really don't get the concept of a stunt.
I guess not.
Say, would you mind helping me out with something?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
I've mainly been eating snackle cakes while I've been up here and I'm out. Can you grab some for me?
Snackle cakes? Ugh, are you serious?
I'll admit they're an acquired taste.
I guess nobody other than you wanted to acquire the taste of powdered milk mixed with sawdust with the nails still in it because Snackle Mills went out of business years ago.
Yeah, but the shelf life on those things is incredible. It's what makes them so good for stunt rations. I got my supply from Hiram's grocery store down the street. Could you go pick me up some more?
Yeah, okay.
It's Twinkies. It's a Twinkies analog. Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night will keep you from leaving here if you want to. Okay. You hear a wet burbling noise coming from an alley and cautiously peer around the corner. 2 more of those weird fish-headed guys are rooting through the trash cans. You don't think they're the same ones from before, but since you're not hugely familiar with anthropomorphic fishmen, it's hard to be sure. One of them suddenly looks up and blinks in your direction. Crap. Did it see you? Herblural Glub? Yeah, we're fighting him. Wait, what? Is this... Tentacle Buddy. It intends to attack a random enemy. Alright. I don't know where we got Tentacle Buddy from, but I'm okay with it. Fishman Barfer intends to barf on my party. Oh god. You saw this anime. Oh no. Oh no. Get wrecked, nerd. No barfing on this party. I love that the tentacles deal sleaze damage. Do not question the tentacle. I love that it's sleaze damage specifically, because they knew exactly what they were fucking doing. Airport. Come on. You might say you've reduced those chumps to chum, but despite that being a pretty good fish pun, it would also imply the existence of a much larger fishman who would be attracted to the bait. I don't think you want that. We got some fish liver oil, which increases our muscle. Hey, Jam, welcome in. Good to see ya. I hope you're doing well today. I'll be calling it here shortly, but I am always glad to see you about. A filthy trash can. Dig through it, you know it. Your efforts are rewarded with 1 shoe. You got an item, single shoe. The other one must have gotten lost in the shoe shine stand. It saves you the trouble of using both feet for walking. There isn't a second one. Wait. Can I actually equip this? It changes how we move. Yeah, no. That's cute, but also no. A bored-looking hobo lounges against the wall of decrepit buildings. We talk to him. Hi there.
Hey, hello there. I'm Swell. Please, Samuel? I'm looking for Hiram's Grocery. Is this it? Went about a business. When? Couple. Have you been standing here that whole time? What are you doing here? Just waiting for what? Work. You're looking for work? Yeah, just till I don't think you're gonna find any work here. Considering this store is pretty thoroughly closed, I don't think you're gonna find any work. For another store. Doesn't look like there's another store gonna be opening here anytime soon. Okay, so yeah, we don't have the meat to give him. Okay. Yank the boards off. We are strong enough to do so. Your bulging biceps make short work of the boards. Even mice would be disappointed with this shelf. An empty shelf, unless... No, it's empty. Unless... No, it's definitely empty, but wait! Listen, it's empty, I promise. Fine. Oh, wait. What's this? Wait, what? Ha ha! Just kidding. There's nothing. Asshole game. The counter is dusty and long abandoned. We search it. Your register is empty unless you know someone who accepts mouse droppings as currency. We look behind the counter. You find an old invoice for shipment from the Snackle Mills factory, which is marked as never having arrived. The factory address is listed. You'd think you'd have plenty of meat. You would. You would, Val. You really would. Sadly, just never enough. This is one of those games that hates the players, kind of, but not really, but kind of. The shelf is littered with various pieces of trash. We dig through it. We found... Oh!
This notion that we quite like to sail the ocean, so we're building a big boat to leave here for good. We're not keen on sinking, so we're all sitting here thinking, cause we built it too big and we've run out of wood. We simply can't leave till we get some more wood.
Glorious. And of course, Broken Toy gets the VIP for that.
Fresh meat.
Hey, Peaches, welcome in. What a time to enter. Yeah. It's literally the end of the stream, but you got here, and I appreciate the subscription all the same. You find a mercifully unopened tube of lip balm. I did not want to leave. What is the lip balm? You wrap a candle in tinfoil, it's just weird trash, but if you then print the words lip balm on the foil, it's a must-have consumer product. Not saying a word. Not saying a word. The only things left on this shelf is a pair of rusty tongs. They're mine now. You grab the tongs, wishing you had a different pair of tongs to do it with. They're barbecue tongs, which are actually a magical weapon that deals hot damage. I'm gonna stick with the trench spork for now, but we might eventually find things that are susceptible to hot damage, and we'll blast them with it. The shelf is so empty it doesn't even have a shelf, and there's nothing but trash on this one. All right, well, that was certainly an adventure. We found our tasty snack cakes. Let's go and return those, and then I think we will probably call it. Oh wait, no, we didn't find our tasty snack cakes. That's right. No, I gotta go. Wait, what? Wax slacks? What's going on here? While meandering the streets of Ocean City, you encounter a man carrying a medium-sized piece of luggage. Not brief enough to be called a briefcase, but unsuitable as a suitcase for more than 2 suits. Hey there, friend. You look like someone who appreciates a fine pair of pants.
Do I? What does that even look like?
Astute, discerning, even, I dare say it. Perspicacious? Is that an actual word? Perspicacious. That is in fact a fucking word. Of acute mental vision or discernment. That is a good word. Holy damn.
I've never met anyone who dared say that word before.
Listen, I got a pair of pants here that's gonna knock your socks off.
What?
He opens his case and pulls out a pair of slacks that are oddly stiff and shiny. Feast your eyes on these babies.
What's up with them?
They're waxed, guaranteed grease-proof, and they're yours for only 20 meat. No, I don't want your stiff pants. No thanks. You're passing up the chance of a lifetime, but all right. Maybe next time. Also, we can't afford them. But no, we're not doing Marvin here. We've gotta go to the Snackle Mills. Waxed slacks, what an item. I got nothing. As you're walking through Ocean City, you see a couple of stranded motorists trying to change a car tire. Their efforts aren't amounting to squat though, because they don't have a jack, and we do not have a 5 muscle, so we apologize for their being stupid and leave. Okay, and this is Snackle Mills. And I think on that note, I am going to go ahead and call it a stream here.